Hey guys, this is Oliver from Spitfire Audio, and today I am extremely excited to present you BT Phobos in Action, our first standalone synth. For this in action series, I'm going to do a few parts. This one is called Basics and Contextual. So have you ever felt your cue is kind of lacking a bit of depth, a bit of pace, or you just simply want to fuck up your cue or your track? Then BT Phobos is definitely your synth. So for this one, I'm going to composed to my piece The Fallen, which I've written for symphony orchestra and masse, and I'm just going to give you an example how you can use some of the presets, how some basic functionalities of the synth, etc. So let's just get started. So you'd go into here, AU instruments, not native instruments. This is a bit of a proud moment. You go to Spitfire Audio, Phobos and Stereo, and then you get to our beautiful GUI here. I'm just going to fly through it. If you want to see how the synth works in detail, please watch Paul's walkthrough. It's fantastic as usual. But here we've got 4 source sounds. You can go into here. You can change it, choose some of BT's sounds here, some of the loops, tonal. You can choose the tempo, the key, etc. You have all the kind of fine controls, ADSR, of course. And then kind of the main functionality of the synth is the convolvers. So it's a polyconvolution synth, so meaning that this sound can be convoluted by one of those 3 convolvers. So if I'm just going to play you this dry sound here. So I've got this beat, and now the wet signal sends this beat to basically this puck, and if this puck is sat in this corner, it will trigger convolver W. And here, if I have a beat here, I probably want to load something harmonic there or a pad, so you can hear clearly the convolution working. So I'm going to play again, increase my wet signal, and it's being convolved. And the really cool thing as well is I can move this one, and then it's being convolved by X, or kind of the amount it is moving closer here. Or to Y. So this is really useful to design your exact sound you want, but also here in Logic you can go onto Latch. And you can, as you go along, you can automate this. So within your cue, you have let's say this beat. You can drag this along, and it will write the automation and record it for you. So you can kind of design your sound as you go along and make a change. So, but for my composition, I will be using presets. We have a ton. So BT did some, Christian, Paul, Richard Devine, and the Spitfire Audio team did some as well. And there's some really cool sounds, and they will get you started for sure, and you get to know the synth and its color and its sounds. For the first one, I already played you the beats. I like to just make my cue a little darker, a little bit heavier, and let's just go. Cool, that's a cool start. And then there's some pads in there as well. I'm using one of Christian's analog pads here. Slow, beautiful, which really is beautiful. And I just want to show you here how it sounds without the convolver, so you can hear that difference, how much depth and perception these convolvers add to your sound. And then we've got it with. Really, really cool sounds. And here I've added fourth sound here, is source number 4. And down here you can map those sounds. So sound number 1, 2, 3 is being triggered wherever you hit the keyboard. And sound number 4, here I can move this along, is only being triggered up here. And I've also mapped my mod wheel to the main level. So you have a lot of mapping options. I won't go too deep into it on this one. But here I've mapped my modulation wheel to the main level. And here you can tell how kind of low it should go in this case. Let's just hear this sound. And it's being convolved as well. So if I mute this. So it gives that kind of special timbre to it. So, and the amazing thing is, what I'm going to do for my cue is I'm going to have this pad here. So Christian's slow, beautiful pad. Put it in the pedal, and at the same time, I can tweak a complete different sound. Everything from the same synth. This is insane. So let me just lay this down. I would like to have that in my intro. Cool. Probably needs a bit of tweaking, mixing, etc. But I will be doing this afterwards. Then we've got some pulsing basses, etc. This is done with the LFO, so you can map those as well. But again, I will show you this in a different video. I like to put those down when the bass comes in, just to add a bit more balls to it, I guess. Etc, etc. I won't play again for you. Just gonna go in here, mark it, Command L, keep, and it will kind of extend it to the end of the region. Let's just go to the next section. Here I'm using a preset where the sounds are mapped differently. So basically, my sound number 4 is the only one that's being triggered on this C here. So I'm only triggering sound number 4. If I move down, as you can see here, sound number 3 is being triggered together with sound number 4. If I move one down, sound number 2 is being triggered as well. And one more down, sound number 1 is being triggered. This preset is really cool to, let's say, build up a position at your in your cue, and that's exactly what I'm going to do now. So that's quite cool. So here, I'm not sure whether you saw it. So I started with the hi-hats. Then I build up the cue, adding another sound. And then when my bass comes in, I'm going all out. Talking about bass, I'm going to use my bass line up here, which is played with the brass. I'm gonna just copy that onto my mean fat ass bass here. To make it real dirty. Again, here I'm convolving this sound, so without. So I'm adding a bit of sub here. I'm pitching down this sound, analog sound 2 octaves. Cool. I'm just going to take this, copy it. So let's have a listen. Gets a bit hectic and kind of chaotic, but I like it. Then for the next section, I'm going to use Christian's pad again here, because I really love it. But what I've done here is I added another LFO here. So LFO A here. I said I'm not going to talk about it, but it's just such a cool feature. Going on to here and tweaking my LFO in 8th rate. And then basically sending the signal to the... So the main signal is the pan position. So that's why you can hear it goes left and right. And again, I can trigger the dry signal and wet signal as I go along. So the automation will be written. So I put it here on latch. And I'm actually gonna, I think, take out the chord structure here, and I just want it to be this pad in this middle bit. Cool, so you can see I probably need a bit of tweaking, etc. afterwards, but you get the idea. I might take out these shorts here and the bass pits, as I don't really like this in my composition anymore now for this new part. Then I'm using another plugin or another preset called Build Up. So this is the same kind of principle. It's my first sounds, then I'm adding pretty cool and diverse. So as I said, it's pretty easy to make your own sounds. Just gonna get rid of this and kind of add. Let's see. That's quite cool. I like that. And then for my last section, I'm using a plugin or a preset called Ego Def. Let's see. I like all these little sounds here. But I'm probably going to use this for the end here. And so on. So there's a lot of fun to be had, and I really hope you enjoyed this kind of first insight of BT Phobos in action. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be tweaking my piece a little bit, kind of mix it, have a bit more fun, and you can listen to it on a demo section. Thank you very much. See you in the next one. Bye bye.